They say we sold our soul, dude. And since the truth is out, and dude, it's part of the ritual. We gotta dye our hair. Act the way we act. Yeah. They say we sold our soul, dude. And
Shalom, shalom. I hope you all are well. I'm blessed and I'm back again with a quick video. This is streamer Dean the Great, whose real name is Nuruddin Shabazz, and he is an American online streamer. For those of you who may not know what streamers do, they are online content creators who broadcast live videos over the internet in real time. They engage in activities like playing video games, hosting talk shows, or interacting directly with the live chat. They are now functioning as a modern extension of the traditional media industry. So in this video clip here, Dean the Great was responding directly to fans on a live broadcast after being accused of selling his soul. He explicitly addresses the commentary surrounding his new dyed blonde hair. When Dean jokes and makes mocking statements about the mandatory ritual to dye his hair blonde, it taps into a much larger pattern we've seen for decades.
it's part of the ritual. We gotta dye our hair. Act the way we act.
In the upper echelons of the entertainment industry, sudden drastic physical transformations often happen with massive public shifts or personal crisis. Look at the rapper Lil Wayne. Look at Kanye West disappearing from public eye, only to return with dyed blonde hair. Also Chris Brown and numerous others who underwent identical visual shifts during pivotal moments in their careers. But to understand why the hair matters, we have to look past modern Hollywood and go back to ancient texts. In the book of Enoch, when Noah was born, his father Lamech is terrified because the child does not look like ordinary man. The text describes the offspring of the fallen angels as having distinct physical appearance. Hair as white as wool, glowing eyes, and a countenance entirely different from ordinary people in that day. Is it possible that the obsession with the blonde transformation in modern media is deliberately paying homage to a fallen ancient bloodline? But to understand the visual code of the entertainment industry, we must first correct a massive historical misconception regarding the birth of Noah. Scriptural and historical context indicates that the ancient people of the earth were of color, formed from the rich dust of the earth. When the book of Enoch describes Noah being born with white flesh, white as snow, and hair white as wool, it is describing a specific condition. In regards to Noah specifically, he had a case of albinism. Albinism is a natural genetic condition where an individual completely lacks pigment or melanin, causing them to be born with white blonde hair and pale skin. So then why did Lamech panic when he saw the appearance of his son Noah? Why did he immediately assume his son belonged to the fallen ones? Because Lamech knew what the offspring of the fallen angels actually looked like. So while Noah had a genetic condition defined by the body's lack of low level of melanin, the Watchers were different. The offspring of the fallen Watchers carried a horrific spiritual curse called leprosy. They deliberately defied the Most High's commandments, descending to earth to corrupt and tamper with the original creation, causing them to be cursed. And as a direct consequence of this ultimate transgression, their offspring were struck with a supernatural decaying leper state, a raw, pale, and unnatural discoloration that served as a permanent visual mark of their fallen rebellion against the divine law. In Ecclesiastes 1:9, the Bible says, "The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that everything has an origin, especially when it comes to these mainstream entertainment figures. The behaviors, the visual cues, and the sudden drastic physical transformations are not original creative choices. These public figures are functioning within a system that mimics a specific ancient blueprint. The industry did not invent the hair changes, the erratic behavior, or the subversion of natural order. They pulled these exact practices directly from the ancient transgressions and the cursed bloodline of the fallen ones. It's important in this day and time, as we continue to approach the end of time, that we see everything for what it really is. The industry is no longer entertainment. It utilizes distinct, systematic visual protocols that strip creators of their natural state through targeted physical levels. While the dyed blonde transformation marks one level of initiation, there are other physical sacrifices forced upon creators: the complete shaving of the head to a bald state and the forceful cutting of long-standing dreadlocks, as recently seen in Kai Cenat's high-profile transition.
Is it true, Kai Cenat sold his soul? I don't feel comfortable answering that. Can we take a break? Yeah, I don't feel comfortable.
This Kai Cenat die again. This Kai Cenat run out is now Kai Cenat. You don't understand this.
What if I cut my deal and go straight into filming a crazy show or movie that has to embrace another character? Do you take me serious? I feel like my locks make up Kai Cenat.
And just to keep it real, bro, I just sold my soul to Kick, and they just, they told me, I had to do this ritual, and they told me, like, if you do this, then we'll make sure that you're, So that's the main reason why y'all see me everywhere right now, is because they told me to, like, do certain shit, and I had to. Y'all said humiliation ritual. That was a part of the deal. I had to humiliate myself, and that's what it was.
I passed my humiliation ritual with all honors, with flying colors. But the only difference between my humiliation ritual and a lot of others is I was walking with God the whole time.
In Scripture, the physical body is a highly ordered temple. When a specific action is repeated to change that temple, it becomes a ritual that changes who owns that space. Just as the Nazirite vow was a physical ritual of leaving the hair alone to honor a covenant with YAHUAH, shaving the head or chemically changing the hair to an unnatural yellow color is the exact inverse ritual. It is a physical declaration that you are rejecting the natural blueprint you were given. The fallen ones knew that if they could get humans to continuously perform the ritual of altering their outer appearance, their minds would follow. By wearing an artificial mask, a person loses their authentic identity and becomes easily controlled by the toxic traditions of the world.
Isn't it strange that you see majority of these celebrities in Hollywood with their hair blonde? Just take a look. Everybody dyeing their hair blonde. Now, out of all the colors, everybody is dyeing their hair blonde. You got Chris Brown dyeing his hair blonde. You got Drewski, who dyed his hair blonde. He been rocking it for a minute. Even the most hardcore gangster rappers are rocking their hair blonde. And y'all know, and I know y'all can agree, that you do not see men usually choosing this color to place in their hair. But in the men in Hollywood, I see that they do not mind. Also, Dean and AB rocking their hair blonde. Let me identify what this means. Trust me, y'all, they're not doing this to copy the Cisco trend. Nah, that's not why they rocking their hair blonde. See, Dean the Gray, he gonna tell us in this clip that I'm about to show y'all, but at the same time, he's gonna be mocking those out there that suspect that he have made a deal But we already know. We ain't stupid, Dean. We know what you did. We know what you are with when you associate yourself with AB.
It's part of the ritual. We gotta dye hair.
Y'all hear him? He telling us right now.
Act the way we act.
It's true. Yep. Let me play it back a little slowly.
It's part of the ritual. We gotta
dye hair.
You gotta do what? Act flamboyant?
Act the way we act.
Yep. In their world, that means, allegedly, that you are rebranding yourself. It's a symbolic rebirth, like you're being born again. You're being rebranded, like their whole image is being changed. They're ready to be put back out in the public.
I believe that dyeing the hair bright blonde is a ritualistic attempt to mimic the non-human appearance of the Watchers. A ritual requires using the physical body to execute a specific command or alteration. By coloring the hair blonde or shaving the head, the individual is not just changing their appearance, they are physically acting out a state of rebellion against their natural design. The body becomes the literal canvas for the spiritual transition. I do want to take a look at Enoch here because I need you to see that the fallen angels underwent a physical, structural mutation after their rebellion. Their pale skin and their blonde hair was actually a curse for corrupting humanity and going against the Most High's laws. Okay, so let's look at Enoch 106, starting at 1. It says, "And after some days my son Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech, and she became pregnant by him and bore a son. And his body was white as snow and red as the blooming of a rose. And the hair of his head and his long locks were white as wool, and his eyes beautiful. And when he opened his eyes, he lighted up the whole house like the sun, and the whole house was very bright. And thereupon he rose in the hands of the midwife, opened his mouth, and conversed with YAHUAH of righteousness. And his father Lamech was afraid of him, and fled, and came to his father Methuselah, and said unto him, I have begotten a strange son, diverse from and unlike man, and resembling the sons of the God of heaven. And his nature is different, and he is not like us, and his eyes are as the rays of the sun, and his countenance is glorious. And it seems to me that he is not sprung from me, but from the angels, and I fear that in his days a wonder may be wrought on the earth. And now, my father, I am here to petition thee, and implore thee that thou mayest go to Enoch, our father, and learn from him the truth, for his dwelling place is amongst the angels." Let's pause right here, because this is where the entire mystery unravels. Look at the language Lamech uses to describe his own newborn child to Methuselah. He says the baby is diverse from and unlike man, and resembling the sons of the God of heaven. Ask yourself, how did Lamech even know what the fallen angels looked like? He knew because the generation before him had witnessed the Watchers descend. He had a visual in his mind of their altered melanin-deficient blonde hair and white appearance. The text shows us that Noah's albino-like appearance wasn't viewed by his father Lamech as a medical anomaly. It was viewed as a genetic signature of the entities that had corrupted the earth. Lamech believed that his home, his marriage, and his lineage had been infiltrated by a non-human force. He feared that while he was living righteously, an unnatural entity slipped through the boundaries of his covenant to implant a counterfeit seed. Lamech didn't believe that he was dealing with a strange-looking baby. He believed he was looking at a literal evidence of a spiritual and physical violation of his household. Now let's bring this ancient blueprint back to modern times. Why is it that the moment a music artist, an actor, or a content creator reaches a certain level of mainstream success, the industry forces them into a specific physical transformation? They dye their hair blonde, they shave their head, Many of the men who have dreads, they cut them. Think back to what Lamech saw in Enoch. He saw an unnatural, melanin-deficient appearance with long white, blonde locks and eyes like the sun. When Hollywood executives and handlers force creators to strip their natural pigments and dye their hair blonde, they are ritualistically stamping them with the exact visual frequency of the cursed angelic mutation that fell on Mount Hermon.
Y'all, we keep seeing these streamers, influencers, rappers, and even regular folks in the public eye suddenly cutting off their locks and shaving their heads. You think it's just reinvention or a new look? Nah, this is way deeper than that. This is industry ritual disguised as personal growth. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Hair equals spiritual antennas. Your hair holds energy, memory, and vibration. It's literally DNA history. It's how your crown connects to source. When you've been through trauma, fame, rituals, sex magic, contracts, and industry energy, your hair becomes a record keeper of every handshake, every deal, every entity you've entertained. The industry knows this. Before certain initiations or level ups, they'll have their talent shave their head or cut their locks. Publicly, it looks like rebirth or mental health, but in reality, it's a reset ritual. They're severing the old spiritual identity to make the person more programmable, more malleable, and more under control. The symbolism of the cut is like signing a new contract with your energy, cutting locks, cutting ties to your old self, and tethering to the system. They know hair stores power. That's why ancient priests, shamans, and warriors grew their hair, and why enslavers cut it off. Control the crown, control the mind. Why now? We're in a shift. People's frequencies are rising. Many are breaking free, but the system knows, so they push these public rituals as trends. If your favorite streamer does it, it's normalized. It looks like aesthetic or personal choice, but it's also symbolic compliance. Real talk, this is why some of your faves come back after shaving with totally different energy, vibes, and content. They didn't just lose hair, they lost parts of their sovereignty. So when you see the clippers and the scissors come out, understand it's either a true self-led shedding, rare, or a ritual of reprogramming in plain sight. Don't let them play you. Hair isn't vanity. Hair is power. The crown chakra isn't just a concept. It's a frequency gate. Guarded, spiritual and hood, royal, chosen, soul, Marie. I love y'all.
Praying for wisdom, gotta have it. See the world for what it is, it's not extravagant. You know what hit the fan, now it's fanning it. If land is all corrupt, remove ourselves like a Kaepernick. It's sacrilege, so I popped the tent and dwell in it. For 7 days, had to learn the ways, y'all commanded it forever. I'm wide awake, heathen still sleep on the message. I gotta keep the Bible wide open on the dresser. The Most High say to be strong under pressure, and he never give you more than you can handle like a lever. Enemies, gotta be the enemy. Anytime we going up, he tryna take our energy. Enemies, gotta be the enemy. Anytime we going up, he tryna take our energy. Enemies, gotta be the enemy. Anytime we going up, he tryna take our energy. Hold up. Energy, Yahuwah over anything, created everything, married to the word like we celebrated wedding rings, never stepping out, consequence for infidelity. What you telling me? Every time I hear a politician, it's unsettling. Gotta be the world speak, other side is worldly, superficial goals, I just pray and let the word lead. Shout out to y'all though, this is a fire flow, sprinting through the marathon, gotta finish pronto. Nothing gonna save you, not a bunker, not a large boat, all the baggage hidden and y'all gon' unload the cargo. Enemies, gotta be the enemy. Every time we going up, he tryna take our energy. Enemies, gotta be the enemy. Anytime we going up, he tryna take our energy.